Yo, chat, let's dock up. Feel me? 6 most disturbing internet trends. It's a lot of weird shit that go on in this internet shit, bruh. Feel me? We already got one. Angel of Death Challenge. What the hell is that? I don't be knowing shit off the name. So I just gotta see it. Angel of Death Challenge. Okay.
On June 3rd, 2022, an 18-year-old teen tragically passed away after falling in front of a truck in Tangerang, Indonesia.
Damn.
However, what made this particular incident stand out among the dozens of traffic-related deaths on Indonesian roads every day was that this was not an accident. Instead, this was the result of one of the most disturbing internet trends that was sweeping the country during this time. It had actually started back in 2021, but exploded in popularity in mid-2022. The trend was called the Malaikat Maut Challenge, or the Angel of Death Challenge in English. It involved TikTokers, mainly teenagers, playing a game with oncoming traffic, particularly low.
Bro, RP to Jit that died, but come on, gang. How stupid y'all gotta be, bro? That's the most dumbest shit, like, gang. So what, you think them niggas is gonna stop, bro? Yeah, bro, y'all niggas.
Trucks.
RP.
Their goal was to run out onto a busy street in front of a truck,
That's
hope
so
it stops before hitting them without flinching, and post the video of the stunt online.
Hope.
But
keyword hope. Yo, y'all niggas is retarded, gang. I'm sorry. RIP.
Completing this dangerous challenge successfully was a lot harder than many of its unfortunate participants realized.
Retarded, gang.
Most of them jumped onto the road as the truck got extremely close, giving the driver virtually no time to notice them and apply the brakes.
That's so dangerous.
But even when drivers had enough time to see the kids performing these stunts, they still couldn't slow down in time to prevent tragedy. Trucks usually carry heavy cargo, and that weight doesn't stop on a dime. The heavier the load, the longer the braking distance, sometimes stretching dozens of meters even after the brakes are fully pressed. So by the time the drivers reacted, it was already too late. Not to mention the fact that this trend was also putting the truck drivers at risk, both physically and psychologically. For one of these cases involving a 14-year-old participating in this challenge, the driver fled the scene.
Like, y'all being retarded, gang, is y'all causing mad, like, first off, the truck driver can spin out and just cause other niggas to die, including himself. Like, he's not safe. And then, let's just say he hits you, like, you know how much, like, feel me? Like, you could fuck some nigga brain up thinking they killed a kid and, like, they getting blamed for it, even though the kid is retarded for doing that shit and it's their fault. He in his head, he gonna be like, I killed someone. Like, that's, bro, you know how much mental shit that nigga gonna go through? Or that prison gonna go through? Gang, bro.
Likely out of fear of facing criminal charges. If he had instead stopped and cooperated, the footage of the teenager's friends captured for TikTok would have proven his innocence.
I need to know like the age range,
away,
bro.
He turned himself into a hit-and-run suspect, potentially jeopardizing his job and even his freedom depending on the charges he received. Following the incident in Tangerang,
that nigga was so scared, even though it wasn't his fault. That nigga dipped the hit-and-run charges. He was scared. Now he gonna get more. Bro.
Indonesian police acted quickly to prevent further tragedies. They managed to stop 14 more kids from attempting the same dangerous stunt that very day and continued to monitor the city over the upcoming months. However, the attempts in Tangerang, Indonesia were only a small part of the globe.
Like, look at this nigga, bro. Like, come on, gang. Value your life, bro. What are you doing? Dumbass nigga, bro.
Global trend that cost several lives and left many others with life-altering injuries over the next year. Thankfully, TikTok eventually stepped in and removed all content related to the Angel of Death challenge. And since social media validation was the main reason participants took part in this dangerous trend,
they need to be like you know how they keep gerbils and rats and like them white rats in labs and shit, and then they feed them and shit. Like, they gotta, these type people need to be like taken care, like in how we do citizens, our old citizens. We put them in fucking what they call them, them old homes and shit. We gotta do that for them, bro. They can't just be on this earth just roaming around with, like, because they come up with dumb shit like this. They need to be watched like fucking shits, like little kids. R.I.P., bro.
Happy slapping.
On
the 21st of January 2005, the Tez magazine in the UK reported on a new trend spreading rapidly across the country, something they referred to as happy slapping. Contrary to its name, however, the trend was anything but happy. In essence, it involved people, often young adults or teenagers, going up to a random person, slapping them, recording their shocked reaction, and then sharing that video with others.
Yo, I wish a nigga would again. I'm gonna be the one who be in this documentary, and they gonna be like, that's the disturbing nigga. Cause come on, gang, why are you doing that to people? What are you doing, gang? And then once the nigga press him, and then the nigga act like, what I do? What I do? My nigga, you better respect. There's gonna be a nigga who wanna throw hands with you after, and you better throw them hands, nigga.
Personal camcorders and phones with cameras were becoming a lot more accessible during this time, allowing the attackers to record their crime and share it as something funny. These happy slapping videos were shared all over the internet for the whole world to see. As for how this trend initially started,
like, chat, imagine that. You mid-sleep on a train, bro. Heavy 12-hour shift or some shit. You just come on, gang. You just come on. You just trying to get some sleep, gang. You just trying to get some sleep, bro. Nigga come up. You dead asleep, and he just slapped the fuck out of you, gang. And niggas just laughing on the train. What you gonna do, bro? I think at that point, it's rather you blow that bitch up. Word.
Some
No
reports
bad.
from the
You blow
time
that bitch
linked
up,
them
gang.
to violent TV shows
Taking
like
everybody with
Jackass
me.
and Dirty Sanchez. A big difference between these shows and the happy slapping videos, however, was that everyone on TV consented to enduring the pain on camera. The people filming happy slapping videos, on the other hand, usually targeted complete strangers and bystanders for what they perceived as social clout. As a media expert from that time explained it, what we see the kids watching these shows doing is thinking, well, maybe I could stage my own scenes of pain and humiliation along these lines. Then with happy slapping, people are drawn in as random victims rather than the kind of voluntary performances we get in the shows that are being copied. I think happy slapping has become a shortcut in the eyes of the slappers to fame and notoriety among the people who see the images circulated on the web or sent to them via their mobile phones. And while that was already bad enough on its own, things quickly took an even darker turn. As time went on, the recordings became increasingly violent, likely...
I think to a point it's gonna be whoa, I'm stuttering this shit. I think it got so bad to the point where he gonna talk about how someone got slapped and they got shot for it.
In an effort to outdo one another and stand out in the sea of dozens, if not hundreds of similar videos. Things went from humiliating but physically harmless slaps to coordinated attacks resulting in permanent injuries. One of the worst cases of this happened on August 31st, 2009 in South London.
Oh, this is in London though, so it's probably gonna be a stabbing. That's what it's gonna be.
67-year-old
niggas out there stabbing shit.
Retired care worker named Ekram Haq left the mosque on Church Lane in Tooting, England after the evening prayer, where he was then approached by two boys, 15-year-old Hamza Lazai and 16.
And look at these niggas, bro. Oh my, here you go, bro. Damn, what the fuck happened to the one on the right? He got fucked up. Like, look at these niggas, bro. Y'all could be doing some other shit better in y'all life, but some other better shit in y'all life. This nigga haircut all fucked up and shit. Nigga braids whack his, like, come on, gang.
Leon Elcock wanting to make a happy slapping video. Things quickly spiraled out of control as neither of them held back, resulting in Ekram passing away a week later from a...
And they killed, what do you mean not holding back? What the fuck y'all do? Y'all jumped the nigga? Yo, it be niggas like this with no brain cells, gang. So fucking retarded, gang. Shit's sad, bro.
Severe head injury he received during the incident. The two were eventually identified and arrested after police reviewed CCTV footage from a nearby camera.
Give them niggas
Both
life,
pled
bro.
guilty to manslaughter, with Leon receiving a 4.5-year sentence and Hamza
4.5? Fuck out of here, bro.
Sentenced to 3.5 years in prison.
3.5. But they killed the nigga. Alright, bro.
The happy slapping trend as a whole eventually faded away after the UK and the surrounding countries started treating it as a significant threat to public safety.
They took away somebody's possibly father, son, like grandfather, and they only get 3.5, like, whatever.
With France even criminalizing it and giving it a punishment of up to 5 years in prison.
They killed the nigga, bro.
Skullbreaker Challenge. On February 14th, 2020, 12-year-old Parker Smith was invited by his friends to film what seemed like a harmless jumping contest with them. He agreed and on camera jumped the highest he could, but instead of landing safely on his feet, he fell backward and fractured his right arm. He was rushed to the hospital immediately and fortunately made a full recovery over the following weeks.
Okay,
however, what seemed like a simple accident turned out to be part of a disturbing internet trend his two friends were attempting to recreate.
So them niggas did it on purpose? Yo, these little niggas be evil.
So-called Skullbreaker challenge required 3 people to stand in a line and somehow convince the person in the middle to jump. As soon as they did, the 2 on the outside swept the legs of the one in the middle.
I remember seeing this. Yo, that's so fucked, bro. Y'all are fucked up human beings, gang.
Who was usually unaware of what was about to happen. This caused them to fall backward, usually on their head, which is where the trend
This shit was everywhere.
It started earlier that year after a video of 2 students from Spain doing it on their friend went viral on social media platforms like TikTok, prompting countless imitators to try and recreate its success. And, as you might imagine,
I'm gonna keep it a butt though. Come on, for jits, y'all shouldn't be getting caught with that game. Like, y'all niggas be on TikTok. There's no way, like, how you getting caught up in that shit, bro? You should know.
Results were disastrous, with Parker being one of the lucky ones for walking away with just a fractured arm.
Damn,
many others were knocked unconscious
gang.
by the impact, suffered from severe concussions, and some even needed multiple stitches across their skull and face.
Damn.
The most devastating of these incidents happened on January 24, 2020 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, when a group of 7th grade
Cherry Hill? Damn, bro, that's home base, my nigga. Like, I'm not from Cherry Hill, but like, I'm in, you feel me? Trenton, New Jersey. Niggas out in Cherry Hill doing dumb shit like this. Don't shot me. Just like that stable Ronaldo nigga. Nah, let me stop.
Attempted the challenge in school. Unfortunately, the victim fell way too hard on their head, causing them to lose consciousness and have a seizure. He luckily survived the incident.
Yo.
And eventually recovered without any permanent head trauma. However,
God.
his initial condition was bad enough
gang.
that authorities arrested the other 2 13-year-old boys. They were charged with 3rd-degree aggravated assault and 3rd-degree endangering an injured victim, since the harm they caused was mostly intentional. Now, I wasn't able to find any reports on whether the charges were dropped or not. But even if they were, being arrested for attempting a dangerous internet challenge goes to show just how dangerous it can be.
Yeah.
TikTok also stepped in and banned all videos of this challenge on their platform. Unfortunately, once something is on the internet, it never truly goes away. As evident from 2 girls.
I ain't gonna lie though, tell me if I'm fucked up for this. When I was legit, like, I would eat that shit up though, if I was legit. Now I'm obviously in the mindset where, like, that's fucked up, gang. And like, what the fuck are you doing? You asked me to get slapped or some shit. But back then, I would've laughed at that shit. I used to laugh at niggas getting hit by cars when I was legit. That fucked up. Yeah, it was like a trend, bro.
Was finding videos of the Skullbreaker challenge, attempting it on one of their classmates, injuring them, and getting charged for it in November 2022, more than 2.5 years after the original fad ended. Fortunately, there haven't been many reports of kids getting injured because of this challenge ever since.
Yeah, that's so fucked, gang.
Kia challenge. Near the
off the rip, I would have been like, okay, y'all 2 niggas is jumping. Why am I jumping last? Shouldn't we all jump together?
end of 2020 and throughout 2021, authorities in Milwaukee, Wisconsin noticed a significant increase in car theft. What made this even stranger was the fact that the majority of these stolen vehicles were either from Kia or Hyundai, with theft of these particular cars doubling or even tripling in some areas compared to previous years.
Some companies got sued for that shit too.
Before investigators could determine the cause of this surge, the situation spiraled beyond their control in ways they could have never expected. Put simply, stealing Kia and Hyundai cars became an internet trend called the Kia Challenge. It began on July 12, 2022, when a video captioned "Kia Boys" went viral for demonstrating just how easy it was to steal Kia and Hyundai cars manufactured between 2011 and 2021. All a thief needed was a screwdriver and any regular USB cable, since the connector just so happened to be the perfect size and shape to jumpstart the vehicle. This was a major hardware-level security flaw in dozens of car models, and there was no permanent way to fix the problem either. Now, the original Kia Boys video was eventually taken down by TikTok, but the information was already out there and it already sparked the Kia Challenge. Teenagers across the US started breaking into Kias and Hyundais and posting their stunts on social media to participate in the challenge. While the stolen cars caused a massive financial burden for hundreds of innocent residents, the real danger of the Kia Challenge came from what many of the thieves did once they had taken control of the vehicles. Since many of them had no intention of actually profiting off the stolen cars and were only doing it for the internet, they began taking the cars for reckless joyrides around town, putting their lives and the lives of everyone else on the road in extreme danger.
Dumbass
One of these
kids,
joyrides
bro.
led to a police chase, which eventually ended with the out-of-control car slamming into the concrete barrier and the teenagers who stole the car trying to flee on foot. The most
That a bitch.
disturbing of these joyrides led to a police chase, which eventually ended with the out-of-control car slamming into the concrete barrier and the teenagers who stole the car trying
Is that nigga
to flee
sockless?
on foot.
This nigga in his socks running? Yo, these niggas be
The most disturbing of these
Dumbass
incidents
shit,
occurred
bro.
in Buffalo, New York in October 2022, where a stolen Kia ride ended in a fatal crash.
damn. Yo, these niggas just be risking their lives, bro. Just like that, like you're gone out of existence, and you doing dumb shit like this just to get a laugh off, just to post it on TikTok, gang.
Taking the lives of 4
Shit
teenagers.
crazy, bro.
In total, the Kia challenge resulted in the loss of 8 lives before the disturbing trend was
8?
shut down by TikTok and other social
RP.
platforms.
RP, but
Kia
like,
and Hyundai
gang.
also had to settle a class action lawsuit for $200 million over the dangerously lax security in their cars.
Nigga, all a nigga needed was a screwdriver and a USB.
Car surfing or riding on the outside of a car as if it
I will hope, like, chat, like, you feel me? I will hope y'all, like, seen the trend with this video. It's just a bunch of dumbass niggas, gang. What in your body will possess you to do some dumb shit like this? What in your body would do some dumb shit like what in your brain is making you want to fucking get on top of your car and
where a surfboard has existed as a trend long before modern social media was even a thing. It started gaining popularity in the early 1990s, compelling teenagers and young adults to speed down the highway while precariously balancing themselves on top. Today, most
Why,
modern
though?
cars don't have much to hang on to on the outside
it'd be y'all dumbass like adrenaline junkies, gang. I blame y'all, bro.
improve aerodynamics, which makes this already high-risk activity even more deadly. It only takes one small slip for even the most daring car surfer to fall into the road.
Hit your
Something
head and
that's
then it's
evident
over
from a
again.
2008 CDC report, which revealed that 58 people lost their lives while engaging in car surfing, and 41
RP.
others were severely injured since 1990. Unfortunately, the rise of social media and the desire to go viral with outrageous stunts have only driven that number higher ever since.
Social
Most
media,
recently,
man.
in May
Gift and a curse,
2023, a 16-year-old boy
Curse
tragically
because
lost his
it
life while
spread
car
dumb shit like this. Brain dead shit like this, gang.
surfing out the back window of a car when the vehicle lost control and rolled over. He would have almost certainly kept his life if he were in his seat with a seatbelt. Sadly, the car surfing trend is just as alive today as it was 3 decades ago, and shows no signs of fading away anytime soon.
So dumb, bro. So brain dead. That nigga don't even look like he in some sturdy ass shoes, gang.
Away anytime soon.
Look like the nigga in some Uggs or some shit. Some floaties or some shit, gang. Like, you gonna slip, bro. Yo.
Blackout Challenge.
Blackout challenge.
The Blackout Challenge
hell
has
is that?
existed long before social media. The goal in this challenge is to achieve a brief high that comes from cutting off oxygen to the brain by intentionally suffocating until you lose consciousness.
That shit's
However, while many
fucking
assume that
retarded,
blacking out
man.
from lack of oxygen is perfect,
Why would you wanna do that to yourself, though? Like, a nigga could dump your ass over the water or some shit. Slap dick on your forehead or some shit, gang. Why would you wanna knock yourself out? Like, literally anything you could slip, hit your head, like, bro.
safe in the long run.
Come
that
on,
couldn't
gang. We gotta
further
be
from the
smarter,
truth.
bro.
The rewarding high in this challenge is in reality a dangerous form of cerebral hypoxia, where
Yeah, and then you fucking up your brain. Like, oh, they don't know nigga, you.
brain cells are deprived of vital oxygen. This
Less
can lead to
oxygen to your
seizures
brain,
and
gang.
hemorrhages. Even if someone
That will
survives
fuck
the
you up,
challenge
bro.
seemingly unharmed, depriving the brain of oxygen for just a minute can
Dangerous,
cause permanent,
gang.
irreversible damage. This can affect memory, reasoning, and other critical cognitive functions in the
You
long
being
run.
able to
The
move
line
and
between a
shit.
fleeting, dangerous thrill and irreversible tragedy is terrifyingly thin, and once consciousness
so
is
dumb,
lost,
gang.
there is no way to control the outcome. Not to mention the very real risk of the person never waking up again. Unfortunately,
crazy.
many who try to recreate this challenge are completely unaware of these dangers, resulting in 82 people
That's what they
losing
need to
their
teach in
lives
school,
between
gang.
1995 and 2007 alone.
For sure, they need to
What
teach
makes
that in
this
school.
even worse is
About
that
the
almost
brain.
all of these deaths were between the ages of 6 and 19. Much like other viral trends, young impressionable were between the ages of 6.
Chat, y'all let me know. Does this little nigga look familiar to y'all? Does this little nigga look familiar to y'all? Nigga look like Rashid Thurman. Nigga look like a young your age.
6 and 19. Much like other viral trends, young impressionable kids are especially drawn in, motivated by peer pressure or the need for validation online or in real life, which is why the resurgence of the blackout challenge through social media platforms like TikTok brought it to an even younger audience and left a devastating trend. Almost all of these deaths were between the ages of 6 and 19. Much like other viral trends, young impressionable kids are especially drawn in, motivated by peer pressure or the need for validation online or
Yeah, bro. Peer pressure is the most dangerous shit out there, gang. This shit was like that shit puts you in so much bad situations, gang. Peer pressure is the most fucked up shit out there, gang. Cause you really don't want to do that shit, and you get peer pressure to do it. That's tough, man. That's tough.
in real life, which
That's
is why the
tough.
resurgence of the blackout challenge
No
through
bad.
social media platforms like TikTok brought it to an even younger audience and left a devastating trail of victims. One of the most well-known cases is that of Nyla Anderson, a 10-year-old girl from Pennsylvania. Her family found her unconscious on the bedroom floor on the night of December 7, 2021.
Damn,
They
RP
rushed her
Nyla.
to the nearby hospital. Unfortunately, it was
She
already
did
too
that shit
late.
by herself,
After
too?
barely clinging to life for 5 days, she tragically passed away without ever waking up.
RP
No
to
one knew
Nyla.
why she would do something like this, until investigators did a forensic analysis of her phone, which revealed she had been viewing videos of the challenge on TikTok. Another
RP
tragic
Nyla,
instance
bro.
happened in April 2022 when a
Yo,
12-year-old boy
gang,
from the United
TikTok cool and all. I get my last and shit, but fuck that shit, bro. TikTok, if you're not doing a better job with these dangerous ass challenges and taking them down, gang, like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? RP Nyla, gang.
Kingdom named Archie Battersby suffered catastrophic brain damage after attempting the challenge and
Damn.
passed away months later. And
RP
these weren't
Archie.
isolated incidents either. Numerous other children, some as
RP.
young as 8, suffered a similar fate or other life-altering
These
injuries
niggas
after
is young
attempting
as
this
hell
challenge.
doing that, bro.
Sadly,
Parents, watch your kids, bro. Watch your kids. Like every time, if I have a jit, bro, I'm every time checking, going in the room checking. I know it's hard because a lot of shit going on through it today, but you got to, gang. Like, it'd be dumb, like the craziest shit like this be happening.
despite social
You would
media
never
sites'
think it would
best
happen.
efforts to suppress the challenge, it continues to spread to this day.
And even if TikTok wanted to do something, like that shit just spread anywhere else. Damn, bro.